MathFacts Pro is designed to identify fluency and then develop it where it is missing across all 580 basic math facts in the most efficient manner possible. Facts that are fluent are answered without thinking, in the same way that when asked what your name is, you don't have to stop to think. In fact, you can answer while performing other tasks, such as playing an intense video game. This is automaticity, an automatic response, and it avoids working memory, so that working memory can focus on learning something new, like adding fractions with unlike denominators. MathFacts Pro considers a fact fluent if it is answered correct and fast enough 9 out of the last 10 attempts. A unique cutoff speed is used for each student. A correct response is counted as fast enough based on a student's fastest average responses. Typically, these are your zeros and ones. If a student tends to answer 0 plus 0 in 1 second, their fluency speed is around 1 second. We monitor all the facts for that operator, take the fastest ones, add a cushion to that, and use it as the student's fluency speed. So if a student struggles to input answers, the program adapts and gives them more time. However, if a student can't remember an answer and thus hesitates, perhaps to count on their fingers, the algorithm will know and count the attempt as correct, but not fluent. Fact selection is optimized to put the highest priority on facts that are most likely to become fluent next. This produces the fastest growth. The more connections or relationships something newly learned has to previously learned information, the easier the brain will recall it. So the easiest facts to make fluent are the ones with the most connections. MathFacts Pro analyzes each fact for its connections to other facts to determine which facts have the highest priority for rehearsal. For example, the fact 5 plus 3 is most related to 3 plus 5, and is only one connection away from 4 plus 3, 3 plus 4, or 5 plus 4 and 4 plus 5, or 6 plus 3 and 3 plus 6, or 5 plus 2 and 2 plus 5. So the program evaluates all these relationships with each response. Soon we'll be moving to a fact family focus while retaining the option of the traditional approach. However, if too many hard facts are selected, the student will be frustrated. So review facts are mixed in to produce an average correct response rate of at least 90%. And to keep it from getting too easy, harder facts are introduced when the average correct response rate is above 95%. This way, the student stays in the zone of proximal development. If a student is getting facts that seem too easy, it's because their accuracy is not high enough for the program to be confident they will do well with harder facts. Looking at their facts grid and mousing over it will give you the information you need to see what is going on. Note, this same thing can happen if a student is distracted and thus getting answers wrong or too slow. A distracted student may benefit from lowering the facts per session and spending more time in Mars Defense, which is more active. The lowest fact that was answered incorrectly twice in a row becomes a focus or teaching fact. The algorithm focuses on it. We will soon be bringing back the videos we have for some of the facts that help teach the student. For the focus facts, we use spaced repetition, asking the fact continuously until they can answer it fluently, then asking them a different fact, then the focus fact, then 2 other facts, then the focus fact, etc. This helps to push the fact into long-term memory. Multiple choice actually tests to see if you recognize the answer as opposed to completely recalling it from memory. So MathFacts Pro is not multiple choice. If a visual learner enters a wrong answer and then sees the question presented with their incorrect answer, it can hinder remembering the right answer. So MathFacts Pro will never show the question with an incorrect answer, always with the right answer, but in red to indicate that it was missed. If you want to learn more, check out our other videos here.